Everybody is looking for justice, especially when the crime shakes a nation. But what about justice beyond this world? What happens when Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold stand before God? Imagine a courtroom not of this earth, silent, eternal, where nothing is hidden. As Hebrews 4:13 reminds us, nothing in all creation is hidden from God. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, names forever linked to tragedy, now must face the judge who sees every motive, every secret thought. In this moment, excuses fade. There is no hiding behind pain, anger, or confusion. Only truth remains. The book of life is opened. Their fate, as Revelation 20:15 says, is determined not by human standards, but by God's perfect justice. What is justice? Is there mercy? Can redemption exist for such darkness? Heaven's court doesn't erase suffering, but it demands we reflect. Are we ready to meet the same judge? Where will our names be written? Eric Harris stands alone in the celestial courtroom. The silence is overwhelming. Memories of his life play before him, not just the violence, but every moment of doubt, anger, and pain. The judge asks no questions. Instead, Eric is shown the ripple effects of his actions. The lives change forever. He tries to speak, to explain, but words fail. In this place, only truth matters. Eric feels the weight of every choice, every consequence. The judge's gaze is steady, neither cruel nor kind, but impossibly just. Eric's fate is not decided by excuses, but by the reality of his heart and deeds. Dylan Klebold enters the same courtroom, his spirit heavy with regret. He sees the faces of those he hurt, the sorrow left behind. The judge shows Dylan not only his darkest moments, but also the times he longed for connection and understanding. Dylan's soul aches for forgiveness, but he knows this is not a place for easy answers. The book of life is opened, and Dylan must confront the truth of who he became. The judge's verdict is not about punishment, but about revealing the full measure of Dylan's choices and the possibility of redemption. As the judgments are rendered, the courtroom fades into a place of reflection. The stories of Eric and Dylan serve as both a warning and a question for all who witness. Justice in this realm is perfect. Nothing escapes its gaze. Yet, even here, the possibility of mercy lingers, dependent on the deepest truths of the soul. The final message is clear. Every life will one day stand before the judge. Are we prepared to face our own reckoning? What legacy will we leave behind? In the final act of judgment, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold stand before the judge as the book of life is closed. Their names are not found within its pages. The silence is absolute, broken only by the pronouncement of their fate. The lake of fire awaits, an eternal separation, a place where hope cannot reach. As they are cast into the darkness, the reality of justice is undeniable. This is the fate of all whose names are not written in the book of life. The story ends not with vengeance, but with a solemn warning. Choices echo into eternity. The judge's verdict is final, and the lake of fire stands as a testament to the gravity of every soul's reckoning. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold are plunged into the lake of fire, a place beyond comprehension. The heat is not just searing. It is as if the sun itself has been multiplied 1,000 times. Flames roar with a fury that devours hope, burning hotter than anything known to man. Every moment is agony, a torment that never fades or lessens. The air is thick with despair, and the cries of the lost echo endlessly. There is no relief, no escape, only the relentless, consuming fire. Through Eric and Dylan's eyes, the reality of this place is undeniable. Hell is as hot as the sun, but the lake of fire is 10, maybe 1,000 times hotter. Here, regret is eternal, and the finality of their fate is absolute. This is the ultimate consequence, a warning that the choices we make echo far beyond this life. In the aftermath of judgment in the lake of fire, a deeper truth emerges, one that transcends punishment and pain. It is not the desire of God to send any soul to such torment. The Creator's heart breaks at the thought of separation from those he formed in love. Yet, as a just and righteous judge, God cannot simply ignore evil. Justice demands accountability, and all have fallen short. Every heart bears the stain of guilt. But this is not the end of the story. In an act of unimaginable mercy, God himself stepped into our world, taking the form of Jesus. On the cross, he bore the weight of every wrong, every failure, every act deserving judgment. His sacrifice was not for a select few, but for all, offering an escape from the fate that justice alone would demand. This is the paradox of divine love, justice satisfied, mercy extended. The lake of fire stands as a warning, but the cross stands as an invitation, a hope that redemption is possible no matter the past. The choice remains for each soul, to accept the gift freely offered, or to bear the consequences alone. In the end, God's greatest desire is not punishment, but restoration, a reunion with every lost soul, found again through grace.